I'm Cindy.
And I'm Sabrina.
And today we have our first special guest, my brother John.
Hello.
Hello.
And so we're gonna go ahead. Well, he's my brother for anybody that doesn't know. He's my oldest brother, my one and only sibling. And
That's right.
we're finally
That's right.
getting him on an episode, which we'll go into in a little bit.
Yes. So I will be introducing our wine today. This one I'm going to call my brother out because he gifted this to me. So this is California Roots Red Blend. It is a 2016. I can't even read this. It's vinted in the Golden State. That's what it is. So we're going to drink this guy.
California. The first impression?
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Listen, brother, if it's bad, Lord.
First impression is that it's
dark.
It's really dark.
Yeah, it looks muddy, right?
Yeah.
It's like, let me smell it.
Oh, I haven't smelled it.
I mean, it doesn't smell
smells
bad.
good.
I'm not much of a wine guy, but it just looks a little dark. Like
he's afraid of it. Are you afraid of it?
It doesn't look like red. It looks brown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Looks like it was like blended or something.
Are we sure this is from the Garden State?
Are we sure this is wine?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, cheers.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm so rude.
Wow.
My bad.
Absolutely not. Okay, brother.
Does he know you're a sweet wine person?
Clearly not. What is going?
John's like, it's not bad.
It has a unique aftertaste. It's like once it settles in and some of that.
I feel like it should be shooken up or something. I don't.
Shooken up with what?
I don't know.
You want to put more juice in this one too?
Yeah.
Juice.
There was something we were drinking and she was like, just put a little bit of juice in it.
Oh, is that rosé?
When we were live, you're right.
I mean, it was okay. The rosé was okay, but we drank the whole bottle, but I could drink the whole bottle by myself with just a little splash of juice.
Right. So I think
you want mine?
I think this one is better than the first one that you didn't like.
Yeah, it's not as tart as the first one, but
still not good.
Well, no, I've never really drinking wine, with the exception of once when I had it I was in Utah when a buddy of mine was going to propose and I was going to be his best man. So he was like, "We're going to go to this restaurant." So I was like, "Okay." I ordered a steak. It was a nice restaurant, and I told the waiter, I was like, "Okay, well, I know red wine goes with steak. Yeah, I don't know anything about wines. What do you recommend?" I was like, "What do you recommend? Just don't make it crazy expensive." So he brought out what he called a full wine, and it's like a balance between the two. But it was strong. He put it on the table, and I just kind of looked at it. And I was all right, but you could.
What is it called?
He said a full wine.
Yeah,
is that what you were trying to think of last time?
The blends I can drink for sure. I love them.
Yeah, and then they're strong because he put it on the table, and I was sitting there, and it was the party was like there was somebody next to me and somebody across and like that, and the wine sitting on the table, and I'm like, I could smell it, and I'm like, and then one of them goes, "Is that your wine?" And I go, "I think it is." and I was like, "Dude," but it was actually really good.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I'm not a sweet guy, so I don't like sweets like that. So it was a balance of like a sweet and a dry, so it was pretty good.
I don't know, John. I feel that's like debatable now in days if you're a sweet guy or not a sweets guy.
Oh, that's your fault though. we were. I was telling her the other day, like since I moved down here, I never ordered dessert. Yeah,
ever in your life,
like I just don't.
Like when you eat,
when I go out and eat, I never order dessert. I've never ordered dessert from like ever. I've eaten it when we're at home, like when we have our parties. Like my mom has, she'll have like desserts and I'll eat it there. But I've actually never ordered from the menu until I moved out here, and she was like, "You want dessert?" And it was like cheesecake, and then it was like, "I want a cake, or I want an apple, or I want ice cream." And I'm like,
an apple?
Yeah, like a caramel
apple.
Oh,
she'll go like, "I want a caramel apple," out of the blues.
Yeah,
and now I'm looking at the menu. I was like, "Okay, well, what's for dessert?"
Yeah, last time he ordered pizza, and he ordered. What did you get? The cookie?
Oh, the
brownie cookie.
Oh,
yeah. And I was like, "Ooh!" And you ordered dessert. He was like,
I was like, "I know, I never did. Like, I never ordered dessert." And I'm over here like, "Ooh, the brownie cookie sounds good." I was like,
"So what prompted you to just have
not eat dessert?
Yeah, like,
ever?"
I don't know. Just never. I guess I'm more of a what is it, like a salty kind of eater, like
Okay.
stuff like that. So I like,
But you're not like a sweet salty. You just salt.
yeah, like like it's more like food. Like I'm more of
Yeah.
a food guy. Like I always say,
Me, yeah.
I always say I
foodie
think that's why I'm still not a diabetic. It's because I don't eat sweets.
Oh,
Like I eat a lot of
weird.
I mean,
like
that makes
food,
sense.
like so I'm more of a food guy than I am a sweets guy.
That makes sense.
That's why I always said like I'm not a diabetic because I don't eat sweets.
Dude, and I'm hard on the sweets. I feel like dessert is an entitlement. Like it's a must after your meal.
Yeah. There's sometimes like when I go to a restaurant, like I won't eat sweets because I'm just full because I ate all the pasta or all the carbs ever.
Yeah.
And I'll order it and take it home and I'll eat it later. Like 20 minutes after I get home, it's fine. But I don't know. I always eat. That's like a thing. You have to eat
And
sweets.
it's funny because when with my kids when we used to go out, they would always get dessert.
Mhm.
And I would never. I was just, what do you? Can we get dessert? We're like, okay, go ahead.
You're like, sure.
Yeah.
And I would just kind of watch. Maybe I'll take a spoon.
Yeah.
Or something that they ordered,
Like
but I was
taste it a
kind of like,
little
I was never really.
Yeah, and I'm always like,
Interesting.
I need something sweet.
She's like, I'm taking 2 cheesecakes, one that I like and one that I'm trying.
Yeah.
Way to put me on blast.
Well, we're driving in the car and she's like, I feel like a sweet. I'm like, do you want to stop at the corner store? She's like, yep. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's funny.
bad. It's bad.
Oh man.
Or maybe only during like Halloween, I'll take a couple candies and stuff like that. But
He said a couple, not even a handful, a couple
No.
candies.
I'm actually selective at the same time with candies too.
Mm.
So I was like,
Okay, so when you eat candy, what do you eat?
if I eat candies,
Twix.
Well, if it's a chocolate, it's usually a Twix.
Reese's.
Oh yeah. Oh, Reese's.
It's usually
It's my
Twix or
best.
Reese's. If I eat, I do like candies like
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 nerds?
no, I like the now and laters and stuff like that. So it's
Oh,
even
the
like
chewy
Laffy
ones?
Taffies.
yeah, more of a
Yeah.
chewy,
Like
more of a
Laffy
chewy.
Taffy.
Yeah, because if you get it now and later, the hard ones, you're gonna break your whole teeth.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah.
More of the chewy style. So
Okay, makes sense. Trying to preserve your teeth there.
So we
Yeah.
need to rate these.
Well, I would say a 2 for me. It's dry and I probably won't drink anymore.
1 to 5.
Yeah.
that
5
what we're
being the
rating?
best. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we. I'm gonna
Rate.
go with a 3.
Really? It's like okay, let me try it again. Okay.
well, I don't have anything to really compare it to, so I'm gonna go with the 3.
Okay.
Just 'cause
Like,
it's not-
would you
it's
get
not-
it again?
it's
Would
not
you drink
like-
more?
Like if I finish this, yeah, I'll probably get some more.
Okay.
So it's not bad.
It's better for Sabrina.
I kind of like it because it's not sweet. I've tried like the what is it, like the Stella Roses are a little sweeter.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
love
can't,
yeah.
them.
see, I
See?
can't do those. They're too sweet.
Yeah. What?
I can't say. I
Okay,
can't do
wait. Which one have you done? Because some aren't that sweet.
that. Oh, just the red ones.
Okay,
I don't really.
so-
I like if
He doesn't
I-
really experiment with them.
Yeah, like if someone gives me someone like wine like that, I'll try it. But I'm not. I'm
Go
not.
out of
I'm
his
not the
way.
one to go buy it.
So it sounds like you've tried Stella Rosa Black. That is a very sweet red wine.
Mhm.
And it's very berry. So that's probably
We've gone wine tasting. Did you like? What did
more
you-
of the drier ones? I like more of the drier ones.
Oh,
Mm.
Because we were
okay.
in Tennessee last year and we did
Yeah.
go wine tasting.
So if you were to go out and order wine as a drink, would
I
you
normally don't.
This is a
hypothetical.
hypothetical.
It's usually
He was like, I wouldn't.
it's a whiskey for me. It's
Yeah, it is.
old fashioned or
So
something.
gross.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She thinks it's gross.
No, those are good.
I like old fashions.
So gross.
I like the dark cherries in them. In
Yeah,
the old
the
fashions.
maraschino cherries or
Yeah.
something.
I think it was
Yes.
Thanksgiving also last year when you got the one that had like the little thing
Oh, yeah,
over
we
it
went,
with those smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, I had a. That's usually how they make. That's how it's supposed to be made.
Mhm.
It comes in a box and it's like smoked.
Have you been to any of the speakeasies here?
I've not. I've been trying to go.
Oh my
actually.
gosh. The one at Mob Museum here, they do. I'm not going to give away the secret, but they present it to you,
Mhm.
and dude, it's so awesome. You have
presentation?
to- yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's so cool. But you got to find the speakeasy. I'm not going to tell you where it's at.
She said the mob one, so I have to look weird.
I mean, it's somewhere
He's like,
around
I'll
there.
look on TikTok.
no, but I'm more of a whiskey guy. Like even when we went to Tennessee, remember I also got the flight.
Yeah.
We're at the
What's
restaurant. It
that?
was like
Yeah.
it was like, since it was Tennessee,
Uh,
there was 4 different whiskeys, like in the little
Ooh.
whiskey glass, and so I got to try 4 different.
Tennessee
Four
whiskey.
different ones,
Yeah.
and they were some were stronger, right?
Yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually really good.
I,
So
I
I'm more
like
of that.
whiskey.
man.
I like dark liquor, so I do it.
Who was it? D that got the one with the meat?
Oh yeah, he got a drink and it had a piece of steak in it. I was kind of like,
That's
I
random.
don't remember what it was called, but
Was it in Tennessee?
He looked at it kind of like it looks like a. He said it looks like a piece of poop.
It looks like a turd.
Yeah, it kind of did.
What's in my drink, dude?
It kind of did, and I was like, I don't know about that one.
I don't even think he ate the piece.
I'm very when it comes to that, I'm kind of simple. It's usually like a Jack and Coke or a Jameson and ginger ale is usually what I do.
Ooh, yeah, those are good too. Yeah. I'm all like dreaming. Like,
I mean, I like beer, but
oh, I can't do beer.
Getting to the age where I feel bloated drinking beer too much.
Dude, me too. No, me too. I stopped drinking it.
Yeah.
I can't. The yeast gets me every time. Like I've never been able to drink beer. Period. Ever. Like I've drunk it. Yeah. But I've never been able to. Like I'll have one. I'm like, okay, I'm going with something else because I just get immediately bloated. I think.
Not like it because I like to hit the breweries. So like I'll
Mm.
drink the IPAs or I drink the stouts. I'll drink all that heavy stuff. So it actually feels heavy and then it like feels bloated at the same time.
Oh, that's not.
So
that
it's kind of. But I do like to. And I guess funny because the guys make fun of me because I like the IPAs and you always see those little memes and if you drink IPAs you have problems or something.
Yeah.
Like that. And I was like, I like the IPA. I don't know. I like the way it tastes.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. It's too heavy now.
I mean, if I do a beer, it'll be Corona. Like that's my go-to. Like if I'm going and drinking and I don't want to be like I have some friends that go out and all they drink is beer. And then if I get a wine, I feel like awkward. Like I feel like I'm the weird one in the group. So I'm like, okay, give me a Corona. You know
I'm sure you're still the weird one in the group, but I mean,
hi, have you met me? Hello.
I'm sure it's not your drink.
and I like the dark beers as well. Like I'm my favorite beer's always been the Newcastle.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
So I like beers like that. Like it's like a brown ale or a red ale. I'll try those a lot. So
yeah, I know.
Don't get me wrong. I'll have I like Modelos and Pacificos and all that stuff too. But
see, I used to be a Corona person. Now I'm like a Miller Lite. Like I go with the light beers now.
Has better,
Zero calories.
Better taste with less calories.
Yeah, I guess it's just lighter, if you will. So you went with the 3.
I went with the 3. Just I mean, it's not that's not bad. Like I'll drink it.
Yeah, it's not bad. I'll go with the 3 also.
And
Sabrina, are you sticking to it too?
It's not sweet, so.
I mean, now that I'm drinking it a little more,
she got a little bit of taste for it.
I think like 2.5, 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it went up a little
bit, like a half a percentage.
We'll kill this bottle today too. Ooh, and I'm totally gonna catch Sabrina off guard with this one. Because we had one topic in mind, but we were talking today about something else.
Oh God.
So I feel like we should kind of dive in a little more. And I have a little handy dandy notebook because
oh God.
said, oh God. I have a little handy dandy notebook because I feel like I'm gonna have to take notes. But so earlier today we were talking about like I don't even remember how it came up, but we were talking about online dating.
Mm-hmm.
She's all, I knew it. We were talking about online dating.
Great.
And we were talking about like how you do it, where you do it.
I'm going to assume I'm the only one sitting here that's done it. Is that why we decided to switch it up?
How you do it?
Well,
where
she
you
decided because it was supposed to be something else. She just spur of the moment was like, "Let me jump in."
Well, because I was like, well, we were talking about it already, and you were asking me questions that I didn't have answers to, but I know somebody who might be able to help. So since he was here, I was like, well, then let's just ask him.
And Kia and John.
Wow.
So earlier we were talking about the online dating, and Sabrina was like, well, like what apps? And I'm like, I don't know, Tinder. It was literally the only one that came to mind. I was like, I don't know, Tinder, and like I don't know. I feel like we just don't know.
Yeah, I'm not even in the dating scene. Okay,
but then I made it a personal goal for her to do it for next year, and I was like, that's gonna be a goal of yours to do the online dating next year.
And then she's like, my brother's done it, so I'm gonna go ahead. I mean, she threw me under the bus with the whole friends with benefits the other day.
Well, technically. Well, yeah, I did. Because I was going to say, I didn't say your name, but I totally did.
She said, I'm my brother. So she did do that anyway. So I was like,
I'm like, he doesn't care.
Not really.
That's true. We totally talked about that because you were like, we have to get permission. I was like, no, we don't. It was my brother.
Yeah. And then here she goes again.
I was like, okay. I guess we're talking about online dating.
My brother's been doing online dating or has done. I don't know if he still currently is, but I know he has.
Are you still?
So, yeah.
No, actually. No, I stopped. Just time wise.
Yeah. He said I stopped like it was like it's an addiction. I stopped. I had to.
I was getting a little,
No, because of the job.
Yeah, because of work. So it's whether you're dating or someone, you go on. You have to put time and effort.
Yeah. See,
And I think that's what I was like. I didn't. I mean, it's like, oh, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of didn't want to.
see,
And I was kind of like, eh.
see. I told you it's time. It's the time.
And it's yeah.
Yeah, but like you also said, you put in time for whatever it is that you want.
Yeah.
So yeah. So if you want to, I mean, obviously, if you're gonna you want to go out, you're gonna go out. You're gonna find someone. You're gonna make it happen, right?
Yeah.
I've used multiple platforms.
Oh, that's funny because one of my questions is,
oh God, she literally has a checklist. Oh my God.
Well, one of my questions is,
I literally have questions. So one of mine is what dating apps have you used and which ones do you recommend?
Ooh, yeah, there you go.
Don't worry.
Are you taking notes for me?
Notes for you.
Okay, great. Thank you. That's why she has a notepad.
Oh, but you're welcome.
So I've used Tinder.
Okay.
There's one that's called Hinge.
Okay. I've heard of Hinge.
Bumble.
I've heard of Bumble.
Yeah, me too.
And
Plenty of fish.
Plenty of fish. That was the very first one I used, and that was because of Linus.
He was putting him on blast.
Well, he told me he's like, try it, dog. Try it. I was like, that was recently for my right after my divorce.
Oh.
So he was like, just try it, whatever. And that's where Sherry came along from the thing. So
that was damn. He just putting everybody on blast too.
Right.
I probably want to listen.
That was the with benefits.
That was the friends with benefits one, but there's one that's like kind of like Hispanic one, kind of. Chispa.
I've seen that one advertised on TikTok.
That one. So those are the ones that I've I've been on all
okay, so of those, which one do you like most, or do you recommend?
I think they're
like rate them first, second, third.
It's kind of hard because I think Tinder's more for hookups.
Same, I think that too.
Tinder and Plenty of Fish were more like for hookups.
Okay.
And you get that, and I think people go into it thinking that and knowing that.
Okay.
And if you don't, then that's when girls complain about getting, certain type of pictures. Stuff like that. This guy is, sending me a picture. And I was like, I heard that's what it's for. Kind of, so Hinge and Bumble, I think you could kind of use it the same way, but they're a little more
like relationship oriented.
More relationship oriented. The Bumble one's interesting because the girl has to like you.
Oh, so the girl has to initiate.
Yeah. So the way it's kind of like the whole Bumble, like the bumblebee or the queen bee type of situation.
Oh.
So they have the final word of yes or no. So they have to like you for them to pop out, kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes like on an app. So if I log in, it'll just show pictures.
And
then I can go,
left or right,
yes or no, yes or no.
Left so you're matching with them.
You're matching. So if they swiped on you, like
yes,
and then you swipe yes, and it'll show you a match on the other ones.
Oh, that's on Bumble.
No, that's on all of them.
Oh,
the Bumble ones will only kind of show you you could match with anybody, but the conversation is initiated with the woman first. She decides if she starts that conversation or not. On the other ones, it's not.
Is the Bumble the yellow one? Oh, okay.
So the other one's not. So like say you liked my picture first, right? And then I'm going through it and then I like it. It'll show up. Oh, it's a match between you and this person. Then I can send a message. I'll say, hey, how you doing?
So you can't initiate.
In Bumble, you can't
initiate. You can't message somebody first.
No, you guys have to match to.
Would you like that?
To message.
Like, would you like?
Well, I did. Okay, so hold on. Let me tell you. My friend created a Bumble account for me, and she was interacting with the people, and then she was like, "Girl, get on Bumble. Look at this guy. He messaged you because I messaged him," and I'm like. And started a whole conversation, and I end up actually like setting a date to go and meet somebody, but I went there and I got ghosted. So that was it for me. I was done.
Yeah, you get those too.
Yeah.
You get those. I'm not gonna lie, I've done it too. I've done it too. Not necessarily because I just.
Wait, you've been ghosted or stood up or both?
Both.
And you've ghosted and stood up.
Yeah.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, so I've done it, but not. It's because something came up and I had to do it. And like
communication.
I tried. Well, yeah, that's it.
He's like, I didn't think about that.
You know what? Then that just
comes doesn't care.
It just comes down to the whole effort. And it's like that's why I kind of stopped doing them because I was kind of like, you know what, whatever.
You don't want to put the effort into it.
Right now it's kind of like in that moment where I kind of don't want to.
So I like the idea.
You know what it is with me though?
No,
it's for me it's hard because like I'm at an age where women my age or you're younger or a couple years younger, a couple years older, that are single parents sometimes, and it's they don't have the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or they don't have especially when they're younger kids. Oh, I have to find a sitter.
Yeah.
Or I have to find this, or I have to find that, or I have my kids. You know what I mean? And I don't have that. You know what I mean? So I can get up and go at any time.
Yeah.
So it's hard because I understand it. You know, I do. You got kids. I get it. You know what I mean? But it's like, you know, hey, there's a concert this weekend. Oh, I can't go. You know, like, okay. And if I go with someone else, then
yeah, don't be mad because
you're a douche.
True.
You know, so it's like goes, well, you went with some, you know, so it's like it's a rough time, like period for that. So I think that's why I also kind of stopped because when I did initiate certain ones, like it started off okay, and then oh, you know, I have to do this right. And like I said, I get it.
Yeah,
it's just kind of like okay, well,
you choose not to.
Yeah,
put yourself in that
at that point, I was like, you know, I don't.
Yeah,
you know, and nobody ever wants to introduce their kids right away. Obviously,
right?
You know, you want to take your time and get to know the person first before you do that. You know what I mean? But the effort does got to come from both sides.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and I also feel like if you are inviting them to dinner, to movies or whatever you're doing, and every time they're like, no, I don't have a babysitter. It's like, are you even trying? Like, are you, you know what I mean? It goes back to the effort. Yeah. Like if I'm giving you, cause I'm being considerate of your personal things, like you have kids, right? And I'm telling you a week in advance, hey, like I want to take you out this day. That's a long time to get your stuff.
It's time to do something.
Yeah. Like figure it out.
Now I know it's hard for some of them that when they move out of state, you know, and they're like, they don't know anybody in the state.
Yeah.
Or like something.
Well, like you.
Because I've ran into that too. Like, I moved out here about 2 years ago, you know, to try to fix our relationship. It didn't work. Now I'm out here by myself.
Oh,
you know, so I get that too, though. You know what I mean? So I like I said, I get it, you know, but I'm at, like I said, I'm just, in my age group, you know, it's kind of like they either have kids that are young or a little older, or they're right in the middle where they're not sure if they trust them alone either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know if I want to leave my son alone. You know, he's a little, you know, he's like 14, but I know he's a little bit trouble. You know,
yeah,
yeah.
So it's hard. So, and then I feel weird going younger sometimes. Because I'm like, you know, I'm old. You know, because yeah, I'm 12 years younger. You're like, damn. That's 12 years.
Some girls like that though.
No, yeah. I mean, it's not bad. I was like, I don't have kids. How old are you? You know, I'm in my 40s. You know what I mean? How old are you? Oh, I just turned 30. You're
like, woo.
But that's good because then maybe you can have babies with her.
Yeah.
She's stuck on the whole like,
I'm never gonna be a tia.
She's like, come on.
So it's just I mean, it's interesting though. It's interesting because you meet some interesting people, and some of them some people are actually really
okay.
cool.
Yeah. So when you're looking at a profile, what do you look at?
Yeah. Ooh. What's the first thing that catches your eye?
What I look at?
Yes.
If every picture has a filter on it.
Ooh.
See, so that I'll be no filters on the pictures.
I don't. I think I've only posted one.
I look at that because as it is, you wear makeup. And then you're throwing a filter on top of it. So by the time you get to the real you, it's like, what happened?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know, and it's not, it's not anything. You could sit there and say, well, personality, yeah, but don't show me a picture of something you don't look like.
Right.
You know what I mean? Show me at least something real. Like, give me
because some filters be like slim in our face.
Yeah.
Give me, or everybody takes that picture from up here.
Yeah.
You know
the angles.
The angles.
Yeah.
The angles. And I was like, and it happened to me a couple of times and I knew it. I was like, kind of like, it's not a filter. And I was like, I was hesitant. And then I went and I was like, yeah, you look a little different.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people are not their authentic self when they're doing that. But how's somebody gonna get to know you if you're not your authentic self as much as possible. Like I know nobody wants to put like I just woke up from a nap
Yeah,
or a
yeah.
bed
Right,
and put that
right.
picture. But if you take a shower, wash your face, and like no makeup, put a picture like that up. Natural beauty, I think, is really beautiful beauty. But
or if you're gonna, I mean, if you put makeup, I get it too.
Just don't do a filter.
Just don't do a
just
filter.
don't do a filter. Yeah,
like for me, so I've gone through it and I've no, and they look amazing sometimes. Sometimes they have the amazing bodies, right? You're like, damn, okay, and but you could tell by they're wearing it's a filter. You're like, nope. Because it's not always about the physical. You know what I mean? So it is about chemistry and what you get to, because that's the whole point, right? You want to date and meet somebody.
Yeah.
So it is about the chemistry, but at the same time, it's like you're presenting someone totally different than
who you actually
they
are.
actually look like.
Well, that would be like a catfish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah. So what's the second thing that you look for?
Wait.
Oh.
Let's on the pictures.
And I've gotten them in return too, because I wear a lot of hats. And it's
take off your hat.
Yeah, like someone said I was reading some, like I'll actually read the profiles.
Wow.
Okay.
I actually read them, so I'll be reading, and then you go through it, and it's just like, oh, you guys who sometimes you wear hats to hide your baldness or whatever, it's like that. And so when I saw that, I was like, okay, so I shave my whole head. I don't I'm not gonna grow a patchy head.
Yeah.
So I just shave it. So I was like, okay, but I wear hats. I've always worn hats. I've worn hats since I was like in middle school.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm covering that up. No, and I have a shitload of hats that I have.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. So I started mixing it up and throwing a picture of me with shaved. And then some of them with the hats and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, they do that. Or they'll say like, oh, some of them will get mad because we say about the filter, and then the girls will say something about, oh, you're wearing you have a beard. And they're like, well,
that's not the
same.
But that's the same, because some of them will say that. Like some of them will say like, oh, you're hiding behind kind of like a beard. And I was like, well, that's not the same, because I don't take my beard off every night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't wipe my beard off every night. My beard's there at night and it's there in the morning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of like when makeup's not. You take your makeup off every night, right?
Yeah.
Let your skin breathe or whatever. So I was kind of like, that's not really the same. But they'll throw it out there, kind of just to kind of go back and forth. And I was like, so I started mixing up. I mean,
your
like
pictures.
I said, I don't have one. I don't have any of them. Oh, Facebook has one too.
I know. That's right. I told you.
Facebook, I just remembered because the last one I was using was the Facebook one. Facebook one has them too.
Okay, I have a question about that one. So you go on the Facebook dating app, right? But does it use your Facebook profile, or do you create your own?
One.
Okay, because
you actually create one.
Because if I was like, she brought that up, and I was like, girl, because I have a lot of friends on there that they don't need to be knowing what I'm doing right now.
You create your own profile on the side. It'll take your information as like your name and your age that you cannot sort of, because it's linked in that aspect.
Okay.
Oh, you're saying
and your location?
Yeah, like mine says J-O. So I just put Joe. I didn't put anything else. So when I tried to make the profile, it wouldn't let me change it to John. Or if you put your age wrong on purpose or whatever, oh well, I'm really, because you run into those. I'm really 47, not 43. And I was like, it was like, okay,
dang it.
So that means you put your age wrong on your profile.
Yeah.
Your actual Facebook profile. Now it doesn't take any information from there. You actually upload your own pictures. You write your own thing. You put what you kind of break it down on what you're looking for, age range, even height. It doesn't always give you everything. Like it'll sometimes give you some random ones, and I'll just throw it out there, especially depending on where you're at. And that's another thing that I've noticed between here and being back in California. There's a lot less people here in California. Yeah. So in California, even if you have a thing in Riverside, you are 100 miles away from Los Angeles. You are 100 miles away from Anaheim, San Diego, cities. San Bernardino.
True.
So, so if you put 100 miles radius, you got so much variety in that area compared to here.
A little town.
Here you could go around the whole city of Las Vegas in 45 minutes. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah.
You jump on that one freeway and you go around. It literally goes around.
215.
It goes around and you're around the city in less than an hour.
Yeah. True.
It's crazy.
Hey, so when you're looking at the pictures, does it matter? Like, do you also take into account like how many selfies they have? Like, does that make you like, oh, she's always taking selfies? Or
no, I don't really
like no,
like,
no,
no, I don't really. And it's funny because you know me, I don't really take many
pictures.
pictures.
Yeah.
I don't really take many pictures. So unfortunately, my pictures have to be like selfies because I don't take pictures.
Yeah.
Nobody has pictures of me. Like nobody really does.
Hold on, where's the phone?
So like nobody really like. I don't take pictures, and then it was, oh, don't you smile? I was like, I just don't. I'm smiling when I'm talking smack, and I'm on the talking around. But I'm not on the pictures. Like serious. And my mom was always getting mad because I do that. But no, not really the selfies. But when they that's another thing. I was like, you don't have any other pictures? Like, I don't really take pictures of myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because of what you see on the profiles, that's recent. That's what you get, kind of thing. That's what I look like now.
You know what would bother me though? If a guy had like a boatload of selfies. I don't know why that would bother me.
I like to see
or like, like the
face. Yeah.
Mine's always serious. Mine's always like.
I like to see, and I think some guys like to see like full body pictures. Like, what do you look like? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true too.
And so I like to try to put a full body picture so they can see like my tallness, my thickness, whatever. You know what I mean? And then, but I do have a lot of selfies. I do. I am in love with myself. Okay. I take all on my phone. Look, on my phone is a picture of me. Wait, see? It's a picture of me.
Wait, it's like a lot of pictures of you.
Yeah. Oh, that is like.
Is it the same picture?
It's the same picture, just upside
just
down.
a collage.
Yeah. No,
I'm not conceited.
So I mean, there's and then there's the people that only put one picture, and you're like, I don't know.
It's 2023. You have
you have
I know you have more pictures or whatever.
Pictures with friends, whatever.
But you do get in the apps people who are just looking for friends with benefits. And so you gotta if that's not what you're looking for, you do gotta weed those out. You know what I mean?
Because it lets you select too.
Well, not always though. Like it'll tell you like say on Cheese Spot, it'll tell you I want friends with benefits, something casual, relationship, just friends or something like that.
But you can't pick multiple of them, right?
It's you can pick multiple ones.
Oh.
So even when you pick multiple ones, I ran into the part where it says, "Oh, looking for a relationship, whatever." And I ran into someone who's like, "Okay," and they're kind of just want to mess around. And you're like, interesting. Because you put on there you were looking for a relationship,
but that's not what you want.
You're kind of willing just to mess around as well.
Yeah,
got it.
Or you're maybe looking for that at that time or whatever. And there's people who are married who are looking at there just for friends with benefits. I ran into that too.
Oh, okay.
And I ran into that here.
Oh yeah. Well, it is Sin City.
Yeah, I ran into when she was just like, I'm just looking for to have someone to spend time with because my husband doesn't give me the time.
Ooh,
and I was kind of like, ooh.
That's pretty bold.
And those are some of them are like that. And there'll be from what I understand, from what I've heard from girls, like there's so many weirdos on there.
Yeah.
What?
Have you met one of those?
What, the girls?
One of the girls that's married. Like, have you met?
No, I've actually never met her. We talked, but I never actually. At least not recently. In the past, I have.
Okay.
In the past, I have. Recently, no.
Okay.
And about the past, I mean, like long time
ago. Past long time ago.
Yeah, like a long time ago. No, like, I was younger. I was younger. It was when I was younger and
wilding out, doing your thing.
Yeah, I was like, all right, just one of those times when you're young, you don't care. Now you're kind of thinking like, damn, that's fucked up.
Like, ooh,
yeah, same.
Yeah, same. So, but back then was a little different.
We was living our life, YOLO.
We were young. We didn't care. It's different. We've grown.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you start thinking about stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like that. So messed up situations.
So which app did you get a lot of like
turnout?
Yeah, like which one did you get
like
a
most
lot
activity?
Yeah, there you go. Moist. Wow, most activity. I'm trying to see what my best odds are.
Well, it depends. I think I got a lot on the cheese spot one.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just because it's like it's supposed to be like Hispanic based.
Mm-hmm.
So but Hinge was good for me, and even Bumble. Really? Bumble was good, and Bumble was interesting because, like I said, the girls initiate the conversation.
Yeah, I like the idea of Bumble
because like they'll you like them, they'll like you, and if she never starts the conversation,
you never talk.
Yeah, you never talk, or you never know. You will never know if actually, like you can sit there and like her, but if she never likes you back, you will never know. And according to and contrast to the other ones, when you both swipe right and it brings up, hey, you were a match. And you send a message and she doesn't respond, and you're like, okay, maybe she was not interested. So that's the difference. So like in Bumble, you as the girls, you guys have
the power.
I don't want to say
Boom,
the power.
boom, boom.
I
No,
totally
just
have
kidding.
I totally
was like,
have a
power, man.
squirrel moment.
What's
Have you ever done a blind date or speed dating?
Never done speed dating.
Have you ever been set up?
I've been set up before. I've been set up.
Who set you up?
Yeah.
Linus set me up once.
Did he do a good job?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Hunger was cool, but I don't think she was ready for all that either. At the same time,
Okay.
it's one of the things where you actually have to be ready for it. And I've been set up actually a couple of times.
Really?
Some of them have been actually really cool, and some of them is just like nah.
Me and Sabrina were talking about that because she was like, "Have you ever like done like a blind date?" I was like, "No, but I've always wanted to for the wrong reason because I would be really curious to see the type of man my girlfriends or the person setting me up think that I would be compatible with. Not so much for the actual date itself.
Well, you know, and sometimes, what goes wrong in that situation is sometimes they hook you up with someone they think is attractive, not necessarily attractive for you.
Me. Right.
So, you know, so that's happened to me too when they hooked me up and I was like,
really?
Yeah. I was like, really for me? Like,
yeah.
Like
maybe for you.
Oh, maybe for you, but not for me.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying. I was like, I think Jen would be the one person to nail it most for me. Like, as far as overall looks and personality and whatever.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind doing a blind date, seeing what my friends think of me. I'm crazy, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting, right?
Yeah, very interesting. So if you know anybody, no, I'm just kidding. But I'm not.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Actually, can we consult first?
No consulting.
No, but yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one.
I think you guys should go on the speed dating one.
You know what? I've actually tried. I've actually thought about that. I was like, I wonder if because I've seen it like
do they have
like
a community? Like I don't.
You know how you see.
Let me write it down.
you know they have the like the movies like the 40-year-old virgin and stuff like that when it's so like it's comedy. You know what I mean? You want to see. I was like, I wonder how it really is.
You guys think I'm playing, but I'm literally taking notes of all of this.
But then what do you talk
totally
about?
Try about.
How long do we have like in the speed dating?
Okay,
it's like
so
5 minutes.
This is the plan. We're going to find a speed dating
God.
thingy. You guys are both gonna go, and then you guys are gonna come back and share your experience with me. Because I am
gonna
curious.
Take notes? Is this your research?
I've always wanted to do it. I'm so curious.
She's doing her research
I've been interested. I've actually done. Well, I just told you guys yesterday. I'm about to go on a single cruise. Remember? I was
like, oh yeah, you did say that.
I don't know why it popped out of my phone, but it was like single cruise. I was like, damn, what are you trying to tell me?
It was like,
hey, single cruise.
I was like, what's my
Sabrina.
phone trying to? I was like, what is my phone trying to tell me? I was like,
man, I know. Sheesh. Okay.
I think it's just getting out there because I'm like, dude, nobody's gonna come to your door. I mean, it might happen.
It's funny because I say that too.
Because I don't know where to meet people. Like I was telling you, dude, the last few guys that I've gone out with, I've met through work.
Yeah.
See, and I've always tried to stay away from people from work.
Right? Me too.
I try, but it happens.
The only reason is because earlier on in my life, I did mess around with someone who was at work, and it didn't end up bad. It just ended awkwardly.
Yeah.
And when you have to run into someone on a daily basis, or during your work days, where it's awkward and like you're ignoring her and she's ignoring you, and but at the same time you have to somewhat communicate.
Yeah.
But see, mine wasn't like that. Mine was like we were different properties, or it was a vendor, so it wasn't like we had to see each other during working hours all the time. So it was
something similar. We worked at like there was a certain location where we'd always kind of start off at, and everybody went out to their own things. But you'd always run across that person, so it's kind of like, so I kind of stay away from it. I actually try to stay away from it now since then, and it's been years, so I usually don't. And it's hard because sometimes you run into some girls who are like, "Yeah, we should go out," and you're like, "Damn." You know,
quit your job first.
It's like you look like you'd be some fun, or you like go have some fun, and like you're actually cool, but I just
can't.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Discipline.
I've actually not done it.
Wow.
So
that's discipline.
Yeah.
I just don't want to go to work and be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because I'm at, besides being at home, you're at work most of the time.
Yeah, you spend most of your time at work.
So it's like I don't want to go to work and be like, oh. So I try to stay away from it. I try to even when I'm sometimes you work and it feels like high school. Everybody's talking about everybody. You're like,
Yeah.
just try to stay quiet, stay away.
I've been in those scenarios before. Yeah. I dated somebody that I work with. Don't do it. I'm like, don't do it. Because if it does end, like you're saying, if it ends badly or awkwardly, then you see them every day and it's just like,
okay.
Yeah.
Or I've stayed away from her friends too.
Oh yeah, he has.
Oh man.
Yeah,
he has.
Are you like telling him like, hey, so and so is coming over? He's like, I'm going to my room. I'm leaving.
No, and it's just for that also same reason, because at the end of the day, that's her friend.
Yeah.
It's not. You don't want to be putting people in a situation where like, what's her name's gonna come over?
Weird and absolutely.
I mean, there's absolutely some that I would love.
Yeah. You're like, I'm picking you,
but like, I get it. Like, it would be awkward.
Yeah. It's just I usually just there's certain things like those two are usually the main ones.
Yeah.
I stay away from people at work and her friends in a way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I've never been attracted to any of his friends, so it kind of works out.
I wouldn't do that with any of my brother's friends either. No, I just I feel like that's like an area you don't go for. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just me. But
it's like a code.
It's like a code. Yeah, exactly. I'm just like,
hey man, but sometimes you just never know.
You never know though.
So, I mean, it's true, but it's just kind of like that's usually what I try to not do.
Yeah, you know? I mean, if it happens,
and
it happens,
sometimes
yeah.
Because even at work, you talk to girls, and you're like, you can tell they're like giving you hints, and you're like, I could totally do.
You're like,
I could totally sit there and go out with this girl, and we'd be okay. And I was like,
let me ask you, where do you think the best place is to find a date or like
meet people,
meet guys?
Yeah,
meet guys,
or like
or
just
girl,
like connect.
Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't even know.
Why? Because you don't go, you don't get out,
So
if I have another one.
If I go out, usually when I go out to watch a game.
Yeah. I mean, the bar?
Like at a bar?
Like at a bar.
Yeah.
Or a sports bar or lounge. Is usually where I'm at. A casino out here. You know, casinos all have the game, especially the ones that have the betting station.
Oh, the sports book.
The sports books.
Yeah.
So like, because sometimes I'll watch a game and at halftime I'll place a bet. You know what I mean? And I've actually when we were in Henderson, I ran into a girl who's the girl was from Alabama.
Okay.
And we were sitting there, we were talking, and she was cool. And I actually have her phone number and everything. And she comes every so often because she's at her family's part of the Raider organization or something like that. So we've hung out a couple of times and hearing that, but it's like, okay. But that's usually the spots I go to. You know what I mean? Like it's like a bar, and that's what I had told her.
I was like, go to a lounge, but a fancy one.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah, go to a fancy lounge.
So that's usually, and then I don't have a problem making friends or talking to people. That's not really a problem for me.
Okay, I have a question for that because I was telling her that I had seen a TikTok somewhere where the guy was saying that the probability of a man approaching a female, like being interested, is higher if she's alone versus if she's with a group of friends. So do you? Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Really? Because is it intimidating?
You not only intimidating, but you always got that one friend be like, "Oh, girl, no." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Really? You know what I mean?
So you got a judgmental friend.
You got the who's not even giving you the chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's always one.
Always.
There's always one. You know what I mean? And so it is harder. It's easier if they're a group of friends and you're a group of friends. At that point, it's easier because
my boy.
My boys were always hanging out, but at the same time,
it's your wingman, man.
Yeah.
But the thing is, also the ones who do have boyfriends or are married or are part of that group
aren't going to want to engage.
Are the hens that protect the rest of them.
Yeah.
So they cock block, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. So when you're alone, it's different. You know, because I could come up and even then it's hard because like if I go out and buy you a drink, I'm not necessarily trying to sleep with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to talk to you and it's gotten to a point where a lot of girls think like, oh no, like, no, I don't want to take anything from you because I'm not going to give you anything else. I'm not asking you for anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that it's not that I've been told that, but I've seen
that
seen it happen. It's like it's hard to start off the conversations now and then like before.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder. It's a lot more Yeah.
I've had a guy tell me that like years ago he would like I don't know when we used to go out a lot he like came up to me he's like hey do you want to dance and I was kind of like and he was like I'm just trying to dance and I was like all
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
No, and
so
see
then we just went to dance.
that's something that I've like dealt with because you know how we dance, you know,
Mhm.
so we know how to dance and stuff like that.
Oh shoot.
So like I've actually been taken out to dance. Like the girls have actually come up and said, "Let's go dance."
Yeah.
Nice.
And I think you were around for a couple of the times when we were. One time we
She's
were
like,
here,
La Jolla.
La Jolla, and then one time we went to the '80s bar when that one lady took. So it was, so it happens, but at the same time, it's like I use her to let them know I know how to dance.
Yeah.
Like when we did Spanish music and like you know stuff like that. So I'll I'll kind of throw myself out there with her.
He'll be like, let's go dance. And then we'll go dance. And then he'll be like, all right, everybody saw me. I know how to dance. Get me.
Everybody got to look. If you want to dance, come hit me.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not that guy that sits over there. I dance.
Yeah,
come dance with me.
So it's worked. It's
Yeah.
worked because I've actually been asked to dance multiple times at different clubs and stuff like that.
Nice.
But it's just the fun aspect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you go to a club that has music like that and you're supposed to dance, that you know,
like
that's
dance.
what you got to do. Like dance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not,
What'd you go there for? Other, you know, because you can still meet people dancing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and it's you know, it's just you know, it's not like I'm trying to dance slow music with you or anything like that. It's just
dance.
Yeah, it's like dance. You know, you just be silly a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, so
Dude,
that's also been hard
in a
too.
long time.
You got to go to the lounge by yourself. You got to go to a club by yourself. Just kidding.
I'm going to go to Stoney's.
By yourself so that people
myself.
can go.
Yeah. I'm going to go dancing.
Especially out here, you have so many like bars, restaurants.
Yeah.
Wine. Do you have like wine cellars and shit like that?
Mhm.
That's what I just found out. I mean, I didn't know. I don't drink wine, but like I said, but I found out. I was like, oh, there's a spot where you could just go taste different wines.
Yeah.
I think going to places where you like that fit what you like doing too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like if you like hiking, then go hiking. Or if that's something you're gonna want to do with your
I'm like hiking, girl.
I know you're not a hiker.
I'm gonna roll down the hill, okay?
Well,
but like
I've been trying to go. I've been thinking about hitting up. You know, I ride the motorcycle, so I was like, I'm gonna hit up one of these motorcycle gatherings one of these days and be like, okay, see what's out there.
They're all over. You find a lot. My cousin's her man rides motorcycles and stuff. He's in a club, but they're all over all the time. So
yeah, so I was like, I'm about to go do that within this next summer. I was like,
there you go. Always all the meetups.
There you go. Go find yourself a little biker boy.
I don't know about that. I don't know if no, I'm just kidding. I mean, I wouldn't be
find yourself a man with a patch.
No. I don't want to. Nope. Don't want that.
No patch.
No patches.
Oh well, you're Wayne wants a bike, right?
Yeah,
and you're like,
that's
no.
right. Nope. Yeah, he's just too young. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember
my
he told me, he's like,
youngest.
what do you say? Because I have the Ninja.
Yeah.
Goes, Ninja. And I go, yeah. He was like, you want the H2, and I was like, oh, that's a big boy bike.
That's a big bike.
That's a no joke bike.
Yeah. Can we start at a 750, please?
Can we start at a bicycle?
You know, it's funny because there's so many different styles of bikes where you actually can get the power but not get the torque at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like my bike's really torquey at the beginning.
Yeah.
So if I really gun it, the front tire will lift.
Yeah.
Compared to some of the 750s that aren't torquey, they won't take off like that.
Yeah. Can I get that for
and I'm a big guy now. That shit still, you know what I mean?
Still lives.
Yeah, it still is.
A lot of power.
A lot of power. So yeah. It's like, gotta know. How long have you been riding bikes?
7 years now.
Okay, so you know a little bit. You know
what it is with a bike too. You gotta be true to yourself and know how you
limit.
Know how, like I always say, you know how you drive when you're alone.
Yeah. If you drive crazy,
don't get a car with a lot of power.
Yeah.
Because then you're gonna be
crazier,
stupid, crazy.
I know.
Well, then I also
and the same thing happens with a bike.
Mm-hmm.
A bike you have to understand. So I like the route that I went with the bike. I went with it's technically a super sport bike because it's a race bike, right? So it's the Kawasaki ZX series. So you have ZX6R, ZX10, 14. So it's a sports bike that you could turn it into a track bike. So they have the torque and that's usually the route they don't recommend you going. They want you to start with something a little smaller. That's a sports bike, not a super sports bike. But you have to know, like I know how I drive. I'm not a crazy driver. I don't get tickets. I'm not speeding. And if I am speeding, I'm on the freeway by myself usually. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm not. Nobody else is involved in anything. Mm-hmm. I've done it with the bike. I've done it with the car. You know what I mean? I've sit there and I've just no, look around. Oh, there's no lights, no crap, and I'm gone.
Gone. Yeah.
He does the little recording,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You have a
And
GoPro?
I do.
And I've seen some videos, and I'm like, I'm telling mom, because he's like going like super fast, and I'm like, I'm telling mom. And then I'll just tell my mom because I'm like, you tell your son he's driving too fast on his bike.
And I did it the other day. I sent it to D. I was getting on the freeway, and I went from like 30 to 120 just like that.
Yeah. Quick.
And I just,
Mom, you hear this?
I just ripped it. I was like, there was nobody on the freeway.
Yeah,
So I was
might
like,
as well.
I was like, and I just gunned it. And
It's
I was
open
like,
That's so dangerous.
yeah,
though.
it is. And
It is.
D was like, damn, how fast were you going? Like, I hit about 120. He's like, how fast have you gone? And like when I told him, he was like, damn. And I was like, yeah, it's
I don't even think I've hit 120 in a car. I don't think I have.
You want to know how fast I've gone on the motorcycle?
Ooh,
Yeah,
I guess.
yes.
Let me guess.
For the record, let's hear it, John.
Let me guess.
Mom?
Can I guess first?
Mom, I'm gonna tell you right now how fast I've gone.
Wait, you're gonna guess?
I'm gonna guess.
Remember, it's a smaller of the super sport bikes, but it is a super sport bike, so
130.
higher,
150,
a little bit higher,
155.
157.
Ooh. Boy.
And this is being a big boy because I'm a big dude.
That's so bad.
And that's with it's a ZX6R, so it's a 600 bike.
Yeah.
You still have Suzuki has a 750.
Dude, what if there's like something in the fucking road and then you just...
Well, usually when I've done something like that, I've done it on a road that I've been on multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter.
No, it doesn't, because it can be debris. But it's usually a road where I've done it multiple times, and I know the road and I know how it's gonna feel for the most part.
Yeah.
I've never done it on a road I've never been on. So
yeah,
I've done it in California twice, gone fast like that, and that was usually on the 15 by Lake Elsinore. Out that way, nobody there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, usually it was like 2:00 in the morning. I think it was. There was nobody on the freeway, so I gunned it. And then once here in the back Aliante area, all that back area is just like 2 lanes and one big over lane.
Yeah,
and
there's
the
like
lane's
nobody
smooth.
over there.
There's nobody over there.
Yeah.
The lane's smooth, and it's just empty. So, and it was late at night after work.
Because those are fresh lanes.
Yeah,
out
I mean, when I rode the bike, I was, oh, this is a nice little area.
Yeah,
because the rest of Vegas streets suck.
Oh my god,
yeah,
they
so
suck.
Yeah, they suck. So I was like,
stuff.
okay, I can't do that here. But when I saw that road, I was like, oh, I'm gonna drive. So I did a couple times.
That's why. Well, and then my son's a teenager. He's 17, so it's just like young. I feel like younger kids or teenagers are very reckless, and I'm like, get some training. Ride bikes in the dirt or something for a little while.
Well, they have class. I took the class. I even took the classes. The actual classes.
What would a ticket of that look like?
Suspended license for like 3 months, probably.
He'd be lucky if his bike wasn't taken. They would impound his bike depending on how fast he goes. Yeah.
No, it's easy. Like it's easy. It's a huge ticket. Suspended license, probably, because that's at that point you're being reckless.
Yeah.
Being reckless.
Yeah, I think anything over 100 on a motor. I'm sorry. Whoop. Anything over 90 on a motorcycle out here is considered reckless, and they can impound your bike.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Just FYI.
At that point, they're gonna have to catch me then. Just kidding. No, just kidding. No, I mean that's just not my way. But so usually I'm at the speed limit, and I think people get mad because I'm at the speed limit on a bike sometimes. To be honest with
you, there's a lot of people that don't like motorcycle riders, like specifically here, and I'm like, why? Like, just because they're a smaller vehicle and they can.
Well, I'm jealous of them because they can.
Well, out here, I know. A lot of them do a lot of stuff they're not supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like lane split, you're not allowed to do that out here.
No.
So a lot of them do it, and they obviously, if you're sitting in traffic and I'm lane splitting, you're pissed off because you're sitting in traffic and I'm splitting the lane, even though I'm not supposed to.
Yeah.
So I get pissed off for stuff like that.
Yeah. They do.
And in California,
Right.
you could lane split. So I used to do that shit all the time, even on the freeway.
Arizona, you don't have to wear a helmet.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's not a law. You don't have to.
Utah either.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
When I
don't know who would not want to.
When I first got the license and I got the bike, when I went to my compadre, he his buddy had a Gixxer 600, And I was talking about getting a bike, and he was like, "I got the Jixer with me. Take it for a ride." So I don't have a helmet. He's like, "Oh, you don't need a helmet." And I was like, "You don't need a helmet in Utah?" He's like, "You don't need a helmet." I was like, "Not that I'm gonna go far. I'm just gonna go around the street, like around the corner.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to go far or anything like that." But he was like, "Yeah, you don't need a helmet." So I did. I jumped on without a helmet. I was like, "That was the weirdest feeling ever."
Oh my God, that's so dangerous.
Yeah, it is. Oof.
How do they not require it?
Maybe not enough accidents have happened. I don't know.
Right.
I wouldn't mind finding me a little baddie who rides a bike too.
Ooh.
Do you have on your like profile? Do you have a picture of your bike and stuff?
I did.
You do?
Yeah. Huh?
You did?
Nice.
Well,
I don't have a profile right now.
Yeah.
So I did put a picture. So what I did is I put a picture of myself with a hat and without a hat, obviously. I don't have any full pictures of myself, so I put as much as I could. And I put on that I'm a big guy. I'm not a skinny dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'll put on the description, big guy, you know, whatever.
Fluffy.
Yeah, I'm a little fluffy. And then I'll put a picture on the bikes as well because I ride the bike. Just because I ride the bike. I don't put a picture of trucks, cars, or anything like that. Just the bike, just so they know that I do ride from time to time.
I feel like that's a magnet. Like people,
yes, I do too.
The bike,
yes,
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I use it for that. Yeah, I use it for a little bit.
Dude, I'd be a sucker for a tatted guy with a bike. Pick me up.
And it kind of is. Yeah. You know, so you sit there.
No, it is.
Yeah,
because I know that even when I've seen D like on his bike, I'll like take a picture. If I'm in my car, like I'll take a picture. I'm like, I like how that looks right there.
Like, how you doing?
Yeah,
yeah. No, it gets an attraction to it.
Yeah.
So I put it up, but I also put it on there because I do ride it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't. It could be cold and I'll ride it. I'm not a summer rider. I'll ride it all year round. So like if we meet up, I might pull up on a bike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Don't be asking for no ride. I ain't got no room.
You better be ready to ride. You better be ready to sit on that little seat right there.
You better bring your own helmet too. We ain't got no extras.
Okay, so I have questions about the meetup part.
Okay.
How, because I know that we've talked about it where sometimes it might be like the girl just trying to like meet up, like let's say for a free drink, free meal, or like whatever.
You do get that feeling sometimes?
Yeah.
You do get that?
So do you, when you have met up with someone, do you always pay? Do you guys go 50-50 since it's the first interaction? Or is it the person who initiates the interaction who's pays?
They say it should be the one who initiates the
meetup?
The meetup is the one that's supposed to pay. That's what they say. Doesn't always work that way.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I'll see how the date goes.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, and if they offer to pay half, I'll be like, all right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Most time, no. Most of the time, I'm the one that's paying.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. I go with the mentality that I'm going to pay.
Right.
Yeah,
but I won't go crazy either.
Where do you usually meet? Like a typical.
Like where's your go-to restaurant?
Yeah, like do you go
to
a restaurant or do you go to like a lounge? Or does it depend?
Like a lounge. Usually, usually what I try to do? Try to go see if we have a drink first.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of to break the ice.
Yeah.
Kind of like break the mood.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're nervous.
Yeah.
It's the first time meeting someone. You have no idea. So I do it to, and that's another thing. I do the drink to break the ice and kind of mellow down, not to get you drunk. And then people are like, you're trying to get me drunk. No, it's, because girls say that. Like, not, like I've never experienced that, but I've seen like when you're on TikTok or whatever, and you're looking at videos. You try to, drink. I don't drink on the first day. You're not going to get me. It's like, it's not.
That's
for, at least my intent is not for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of an icebreaker to sit there. It's easier to talk over drinks than anything else, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Because if you're eating, your mouth is full.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you talking?
If you're sitting there, you sit down and you talk. You're having a drink, take a sip, and you talk.
Yeah.
So I try to do that first. So I try to like say, okay, I'll make a reservation at a restaurant, like say for 7:00.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say let's meet up at 6:30, 6:15 or something like that.
So you meet up, you don't pick up.
I've told them to meet up. Some girls want to meet up. Some of them don't want you to pick them up because they don't want to know where you live.
Right. Okay.
And I get that too.
Yeah.
And I get it. So I'll kind of ask,
Mm-hmm.
you want to meet up or do you want me to pick you up? And they'll be like, well, you can pick me up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay.
I have something about that.
Or they'll say, let's meet up. And I'm okay with that too. So I ask. Because as the time's gone on with dating, I've kind of figured out little things here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll ask you, like, you want to meet up? You want me to pick you up? Or and she'd be like, I'll pick you up. I'm like, okay, shit.
He was like, all right, I'll be right here.
There are those girls too. So
yeah.
Hell no.
But I prefer the meetup
Yeah.
Just because like if
Awkward.
if it's awkward, it doesn't go right.
Yeah.
You can each go your own separate ways.
Yep.
Right away.
Yeah.
Compared to me picking her up and still having to drop her off.
Yeah.
Or like you never know, like once you get in the car, what the fuck is about to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
you can have a crazy woman pick you up.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm told
She's
I'm like,
it's funny because we've always thrown the word hood rat or skunks around like we throw it around lightly.
Yeah.
And I'll hit up and say, dog, if I you don't hear from me in 24 hours, dog, I went on this date.
Oh,
with
good. At least you do that.
So he'll laugh.
Yeah.
He'll laugh because it's because we always talk about the chola blondes from when we were in high school.
Yeah.
So he loves those. So we were always talking about that from back in the days. And I was like, so I'll hit him up. I was like, dog, I'm go missing, And then he's just like, you're stupid, fool. I'm just saying, dog. I'm just saying, she looks a little gangsterish. I don't know.
But what are your thoughts on that?
Like for me, definitely, I'm going in my car to the place. Like I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
Because one, I don't know you yet. I don't know if you're crazy. I don't know if you're trying to kill me. I don't know anything. But then the second thing is have that like system of your friend, like, hey girl, I'm going out. This is where I'm going. Call me in
share your location.
half hour from this time. You know what I mean? And yeah, I do share location, but call me in a half hour. And if I say, oh yeah, everything's good. Are you watching whatever? You know what I mean? We're good. Don't come for me. I'm having a good time. But if I'm like, ice cold, whatever it is, you know what I mean? She can be like, okay, I need you to come home. Like something's happening.
Mayday.
Yeah, mayday. Like it's not going good.
But why?
And that's another thing. Like I think it's if you're meeting up, if it's not going well,
just say that.
Just say that.
We should be able to. Someone should be able to say, you know what? I'm not really feeling it.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
But I think neither one could really handle the truth. I feel like women just like men can't really handle the truth. And if I sit there, you know what? I'm not really feeling you.
Yeah.
What do you mean you're not really feeling me?
Yeah, they're offended automatically.
You know what I mean? So, because like, well, it's kind of almost like one of those things. Like, I want to say it first. That's how I feel. Like, when you sit there and you're like, it's like I've been on dates where I'm sitting there, I'm just kind of going through it at this point.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's like, and I don't want to offend anybody. You know what I mean? So I don't want to say, but at the same time, is you should be able to, and we should be like, you know what? I've done it after.
And I don't think it's what you say, but how you say it.
Yeah. But again, a lot of people don't know how to communicate like that. Like we clearly do, right? But that's what a lot of people do. Like have somebody call them and be like, "Oh, you need to go to get out of it." Yeah. To bail out call. I like that. But yeah, because again, it could get awkward. Like, what if somebody's really feeling it and just missing all of the clues? You know what I mean? And then, John says, like, "I'm really not feeling it," and she was, and she's like, you know what I mean, getting all upset about it or whatever. So then it's awkward.
And you got to remember that when you're meeting them the first time, you're trying to read them.
Yeah.
Trying to understand them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's hard because there's been times where I've gone on a date and then it was cool. Then we'll go somewhere else to go have a drink.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, we had a drink, we had dinner. You know what? I had fun. Whatever you want to keep going. We can go have a drink. We go, yeah, let's go. So we'll go out and we'll have a drink and we'll hang out longer.
Yeah.
The night we'll go out longer. Yeah. And then sometimes we're like, all right, well, you just kind of go your own ways and that's it.
Yeah.
And then you don't call them back and you never call me back. Well, I didn't think you were feeling it because the way you ended.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that's when I say the communication sometimes.
Yeah.
So, okay, people don't say it. I'm like, I have a question. Okay. So after like you go on a date and then you guys or meet up or whatever, and then you guys separate, who's the first person to call? Well, like, do you?
You know what? I think we're at a point where anybody can do it. I don't think it should be
one or the other.
Yeah, I don't think it should be one or the other. Or if you're waiting, the way I see it at this point nowadays, if you want what you want, go get it.
Yeah, yes. I was just gonna say like, if you're really feeling it, just like, hey, I had a lot of fun yesterday. Like, no, whatever. Like, why not?
Yeah. And it's at the point. I think it's at that point.
Yeah,
we're at that point where our society's like, you know what? You felt it. You felt good. Whatever. Go for it. Yeah. And if you felt the same way, then go for it.
And I totally see you being the go for it person. Like I can totally see you having a really good like time with someone, and then like the next day, like maybe not like push you, but like, hey, I had a lot of fun yesterday. Like, thanks or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I can totally see you doing
and
that.
I have some old school stuff that I do. Like, let me know when you get home.
Okay.
Oh, that's my whole thing.
Did you go home? Did you get home okay? Like, I'll ask.
Home okay?
Did you get home okay? So so I'll do some stuff like that to kind of keep it going as well.
And cover your ass because what if something happens on the way there?
Right? Listen,
she was last seen with you. It's like, wait a minute.
Listen, my phone pinged off of my satellite dish over here at my house.
I checked on her.
I text her if she made it home okay. So yeah, but there's certain things like that I do.
Yeah.
That I do, like,
and also
and stuff like that.
My Ring camera saw me walk in my front door, so I was home. Nobody at my house sent the text message, okay?
So, but I think at the point, if you're really feeling it, but you got to be taking in mind that, you may be feeling it, they may not.
Right. And that's why I say, like, who initiates that? Because if it's left like, you were feeling good, like, okay, I think it went well, but they weren't giving off any vibes like that, like, okay,
well,
do I
they
text
could have been
them?
nervous.
Yes.
Right.
They could have been nervous.
Do we still
You still text them.
Okay.
Just text.
And I think the first time would always probably be like a little
nervous.
nervous. Yeah.
And that's why I say I like to have that drink first.
Yeah.
And some people don't drink, so you can't have that drink.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so out of practice.
So when I always say I have the drink, and it's just the conversation. You know what I mean? It's conversation. Okay, what do you like? You probably talked about that prior
already.
Yeah.
But now you're in person. Like, okay, so you like this? Yeah. Why that? You know what I mean? Or why do you do this? It's just keep the conversation going.
Yeah.
So okay, so you said like a lounge or something, but so afterwards, what have you done? Have you done like a little activity of some sort? Not a physical activity. I'm talking like a date activity.
I'm just kidding. Like, wait a minute. Do you really want to know about that? Well, see what happened. No. It just depends. I usually try to keep it wherever we're at.
Okay.
So, like, say if we go to dinner, I try to do something that's within the area where we don't have to go get in our cars or go anywhere.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Because it just makes it. We can walk.
Yeah.
Somewhere, kind of walking down. Like out of here, we were at the town center square, whatever, right there on Sunset.
Oh yeah.
Where they have like the theater.
Town Square.
Yeah,
right?
Town Square. Yeah.
Yeah. So I met up with a girl there one time, and then we kind of just walked around a little bit because they have the shopping areas and they have they have like right in the middle they have like a little. I don't know if it's a fountain, but it looks like a little garden almost.
Yeah.
So we kind of just walked around, and then they have that whiskey bar right there in front of the AMC. So we went to dinner. Dinner was, it was cool. Whatever. We kept talking, kept walking.
Nice.
That's good.
So I try to keep it within the area.
Yeah.
So what I try to do is if I have set up a day, if I'm setting up the day, because sometimes the girls will take charge, and they'll be like, hey, you know what, we could go here. I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? But just go here. Cause that's where they feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that too. So I was like, let's go here. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Nice.
And then so I don't know the area. I'll do research though. I'll do research and see what's around there and stuff like that. And hopefully there's something around the area we could go do after if you feel it. If not, then not.
He puts in work during these days.
You just gotta be prepared because if you're having a good time and you're willing to keep going, then I keep going and having some continue to do whatever you're doing, and she's down with it, then you gotta be ready to go.
Yeah, true.
But know where your exits are.
Yeah. Stranger danger.
Yeah.
No, so I've done usually it's dinner. I stay away from the movies because then you can't talk.
Right.
Yeah.
So I do stay away from the movies until later on.
Bowling might be a good one.
Bowling, pool. I like to play pool.
Oh, that's a good
I'll
one.
do
Yeah,
pool.
I'm a pool player too.
Oh, that's a good one.
The billiards areas have like pools. They have the darts.
Yep.
Stuff like that. Or if depending on the person, if they're into like gaming stuff like that, you have the game spots.
Like Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm a Dave and Buster's all the way. I'm very competitive, so let's go.
Yeah.
So you got stuff like that you could do. So, but usually usually what I try to do is drinks and dinner.
Yeah.
And then if it goes, we'll try to do something like that.
Nice. So how early? I mean, I feel like
have me home by 7 because I got a bit
right?
No, but how early on do you mean?
Yeah, because like if you're doing drinks, okay, it goes or dinner, drinks, or drinks and then dinner, right? You're pushing. We're already at 7, so like
yeah, but
We got 7.
Well, it also depends. It also
Just trying to get home and go to sleep.
I know. I was like, I'm
like 7:30 is my bedtime.
Alexa said I need to be in sleep by 9. So
I know it's true.
Yesterday,
Alexa
kept calling you, telling me, "It's past your bedtime, girl."
It was actually 11.
So no, well, I try to do the dates on the weekend.
Yeah.
That's
So
usually what I try to do. So you usually have more time. Now some
Yeah.
people do work on weekends.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. You try to find out what the schedule looks like.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and sometimes like for us, I'll sacrifice a little bit of my sleep and go out. And if it works out, we'll go out later. Stay out later. But usually, possibly, I usually try to do it on the weekends when I know you're off, so you don't have to wake up the next day early.
How considerate.
So that's what I say. I plan. I got a little bit of old school stuff in me, so I do try to plan that kind of stuff like that. Because I mean, it's easier to go out and stay longer if it works out. Than like saying, "No, I got to go to work tomorrow."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, when people say you got to go to work, then
they're like,
you got to kind of respect it a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they're being responsible and trying to go to work the next day instead of like, "Fuck, I got to wake up early tomorrow."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
So it's like, okay, so I try to do it. I try to know what the schedule's like. Oh, what days do you work? What days are you off? You get that information and plan around that.
Makes sense.
Okay. I like that.
You took some notes.
Yeah, okay. Some up here and then some down here.
Okay.
So question for you:
Ooh.
If you are you have met up with somebody from the online dating?
No, they ghosted me.
That was the only time.
That's the only time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you do get a lot of that too, though.
Would you assume, like he said, he's always prepared to pay for it?
Mm-hmm.
Would you assume that he's gonna pay for it, or would you be prepared to pay your own, or what would you?
So if I ask them, I assume I'm paying.
Got it.
If I ask them, if they ask me, I do assume that they're paying, but I am prepared to pay the full bill because
Have you ever had anybody like tell you like, oh, you got to pay your own stuff?
No,
like in your life, yeah.
No, I've never had that, but I am prepared. Like I'm not gonna be like, okay, I got $20 and I'm
to
gonna
pay their own. Yeah.
Even if it's gone bad, I'll take the hit. Take the hit. But I'll be like when I also say I don't. On the first date, I'm not taking you somewhere expensive either.
Yeah.
Not crazy expensive, at least.
Yeah.
That comes for later.
Same. Have you had somebody want you to meet them like at a fancy restaurant?
Like Texas Day Brazil or
Yeah.
One time.
Yeah.
Really?
And you didn't?
No.
You suggested something else or you never met?
No, I suggested something else. And that's when you get to feel that they're just in it for the free meal.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hate on it. If you're gonna play the game, play the game. And if you're successful at doing it, then do you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna do it.
Engage. Yeah.
And so I suggest something different. And then if they go like, oh, I don't know, I don't really like that place. I don't know, just go here. All right, let me see.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do that. Let me see. And they'll be like, you know what? No, I can't.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? And now they're picking the spot. They're picking how much it's going to be spent, but they're expecting me to pay, even though they're on the one picking everything and doing everything,
initiating everything.
Kind of control that.
In the long run, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? If we've been together for a while and you want to go somewhere nice, I don't mind going somewhere nice. You know what I mean? But I'm not taking you somewhere nice right off the bat because.
Yeah.
Question.
I don't know you yet. Yeah.
So when you meet out for the first time, and let's say you go to a restaurant, do you? Because I think girls do eat different.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
Do you?
I mean, a steak.
You're eating what you would normally eat. Yeah.
And the only reason why is because that's just how. Like, I don't want to change.
Yeah.
To do it, you know what I mean. So I usually stick with the steak. Now I don't go with the big steak either, so I don't want to be all full and bloated, be like, do nothing. So I'll still eat a steak. I'll keep it maybe a little more minimal, but I'll still have a steak.
A low 6 ounce.
I stay away from burgers, stuff where I have to put my hands on it really and get it all dirty.
Yeah, like wings.
Yeah, so I'll stay away from stuff like that, just because I don't want my hands smelling. You know what I mean?
I was literally thinking like I could never go to a wing spot because I like, and I would have to get the boneless.
Yeah, and I always eat the ones with the bone, and I'm like ripping the chicken right off of the bone. So I'm not about to show that side of myself. Just
not yet. You ain't ready for that.
I'm not ready to see all that. So,
do you feel like you eat different?
Not in the aspect of like the food I order, but I won't like finger foods. Like, you know, we're on a date. I don't want to be like, hey, with my finger,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But no, I'll eat pasta, I'll eat steak, I'll eat all of
Everything.
that. I just don't want to eat finger foods because it's messy. Yeah.
same.
So I'm the same that way too. Yeah. For sure.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Do you find that the girls that you meet up with do order?
I see them. I find out later that like, okay, you ordered salad. Really?
Yeah.
Really? You sure you want a burger or something? Like, I'm not stopping you from eating a burger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not stopping you from eating anything like that. I won't eat it just because I don't want to get my hands all.
Yeah.
Smelly. What if at the end of the day you let me touch your face? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna have my hands full of like.
I mean, there's also
smell like
washing your
onions
hands,
and
but
but there's some smells that stick around longer.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like when you eat wings, even if
barbecue
you wash,
or something.
Yeah,
if you
still-
eat buffalo sauce or whatever, if you wash your hands, I think it still smells. That vinegar still comes through.
Yeah.
Well, and it's also just messier. Like if you bite into the burger, then you got stain on your shirt.
Yeah.
So I keep it to a fork and a knife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
you get enough stains.
now later on in the day, I'm tearing up a burger probably.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, a burger probably has some barbecue sauce up here somewhere. And I have to wipe it down later.
Doesn't care.
Yeah, that comes later though.
Everything's all good. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure.
But restaurants, I don't go cheap, but I don't go expensive either. I go
I go like in the middle. Yeah.
Decent, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like Olive Garden's okay.
Yeah. Like somewhere I could get a nice little steak.
Yeah.
Steak and, mashed potatoes or something. So
a Chili's.
Yeah. I mean, Cheesecake Factory is okay too. It's not. It can be expensive, but it
like I'm not taking it to Fogo de Chao on the first night.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe
or
later.
Second.
Maybe later.
Second shit.
No, yeah. Maybe later, but not right now.
It could possibly be the fourth day. I don't know.
You know what I mean?
So,
Because I like spots like that. Like for me, in general, I love meats and I love steaks and I love stuff like that. So eventually, I'm gonna head that route.
Yeah, for sure.
So do you have like a time frame as far as like, oh, we've been talking for a month, I think we should meet, or do you have a time frame as far as when you meet?
Yeah.
Like how long I wait?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I don't. Sometimes if
you go with it?
I go with the flow.
Got it.
If it feels right and it feels good, I'll ask. I've had times where they'll be like, "So when we're gonna go out?" I'm like, "Oh shit, okay. Well,
like, she ready.
When are you available?" And then like it also comes down, like I said, the whole thing with the availability and in the having the kids thing too.
Have you initiated like the meetup, or do you wait for the girl to initiate the meetup?
I say, you want to go. Like I'll sit there and we'll talk and be like, you know what, you want to get together, go get some dinner, get some drinks, and they'll be like, yeah. And she was all, when do you want to go? Let's do this. What about this day? Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you don't have an actual time frame, but on average, how long does it usually take?
Probably about a little bit over 2 weeks, probably 2 or 3 weeks, just because I'm trying to fill out.
Yeah, and I think that just kind of like you kind of like weed them out if it's not gonna.
And I'm trying to feel out how we vibe even on text.
Yeah.
And then, I try to figure out what your schedule looks like, so I know what would be a good day to take you out without giving it away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we'll talk. Oh yeah, what days are you off? But like, oh, I'm off Wednesdays and Saturdays or something. Like, oh, okay. What time do you get out from work? About 5. Usually home by 6. Right. So I'll get that information and plan around it.
You're like stored in the Rolodex.
Do you have any interesting meetup stories?
Ooh.
Or like either that went really bad.
Oh
I
yeah.
think those are the juicier ones.
Yeah. Let's tell the horror
stories. Bad stories. Trying to think. No, I don't think I've ever had anything bad.
Well, that's good.
Or okay, what about weird?
Yeah.
No.
I'm trying to think.
I think weird. Like, I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
No. Well, like I said, I usually fill them out.
Yeah.
Wings them out.
Yeah, I do weed them out, and I'll get like I'll get the
He's
information.
Like, you're weird. You're weird.
Yeah.
Can't
do it.
Not you. So no, I do kind of fill them out and stuff like that. So I kind of pick and choose, I guess you could say.
Nice.
So no, nothing really too.
Nothing weird.
Crazy.
That's good.
The only thing I ran out is I've run into a couple of times is when they do expect you to pay for everything,
Mm.
and then but they're choosing. Like I said, they do try to choose where to go. I did run into that a couple of times. I'm like,
Suspicious.
I was like,
Yeah.
okay,
Like I see what you for.
yeah.
Yeah.
The ones that I've actually had that have been the most fun is when you meet up at a brewery.
Why? Because they get a little alcohol.
No, because like the breweries also have food.
Yeah.
So we'll sit there. We'll meet up at a brewery, and we're like, So they'll have a drink. We'll have a drink, and it's more of a chill environment at a brewery and stuff like that than even a fancy restaurant or restaurant. You have to sit down. Like it's more chill. You can kind of walk around. They got music playing in the background.
Yeah.
They got live music sometimes, and they have different types of food, different types of drinks. So some of those have been pretty cool.
Question: when you're reading the profile, do you kind of okay? Let me rewind. When you're determining where you want to meet up, do you pick the place based off of like the engagement that you've had with the female, or maybe something that you've seen on her profile that makes you think, oh, she's a beer drinker, maybe we should go to a brewery?
Yeah, and that's why I said I say brewery.
Brewery. I can't say brewery. Whatever.
Well,
place where you drink.
That's why I say like I weed them out. I try to figure out what you like.
Okay.
Like if you don't like beer, then I'm maybe picking somewhere that has some selections where you can get a margarita if you like that, or if you like more of a wine person. I'll actually navigate through that. So I'll like try to pick a spot where I could get something to drink too.
Yeah.
So can you?
Yeah.
Because if you're at a brewery, then it's only beer.
Yeah.
I don't drink beer. Well, then why would I take you there?
Right.
So I'll try to find the spot where we could both order something to drink, and then I'll see what you like, what you don't like. If you have allergies, that's always a good one to know too nowadays.
True.
Wow. You asked questions like I'm sitting here thinking like, wow, these are like very good questions to know. Like you really try to get to know that person as a person and be considerate when you go out on dates with that person.
Yeah, because I want that person dying on me. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to pull out a pen and stab you on the leg and be like, oh my gosh, you have an allergic reaction. But it also makes the date go smoother though.
Yeah, true.
Because it's like, okay, it's something that you like, it's something that you're comfortable with.
True.
You know what I mean? So that's how I try to look at it. Like if you tell me like instance, I don't really eat cheese.
Right.
I don't really like cheese.
You don't like it at all.
I don't like it at all. I don't eat it. So if you tell me, if you see them like, we're going to this spot and tasting all these cheese, and I'm like, okay, you're out of your mind.
Wait, but give them a pizza.
Tear it up.
He said, listen, I'll eat that cheese.
I mean, I'll be in the bathroom for a minute.
Well, I was asking because I was like, ooh, I wonder what we can put on Sabrina's About Me. Like,
she's trying to put my whole profile together right now.
I'm gonna put allergies. I'm just kidding.
No. So stuff like that is good to know because
like hobbies though. That way, you can plan around it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I like to read.
Let's go to the library. Let's go to the library.
So
and read books together.
Yeah, right. Let's go get a coffee. Barnes and Nobles.
Yeah, they have like a little lounge in there.
But you guys are not gonna be reading this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's a lounge. You can actually talk. You don't have to read in the lounge.
True.
So no, yeah. So I mean, but you have stuff like that. You kind of want to know that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So I always talk and I'll text. It's their messages, and go back and forth and stuff like that. Now there will be people who are just straight to the point. Now I'm just trying to get this out of you. But all right, let's go.
Oh,
so those are right. I mean, it's like, okay, then they're in it just for
the hookups.
For the hookups.
Yeah.
But at least they're being honest.
Yeah. True.
I mean, straight up front.
Yeah. From what I understand, guys do that too.
Yeah.
I've had girls. I've never actually just gone in. Well, actually, I did it once. I did do it once. Like, look, I'm just trying to see what's up there, and like, I'm not looking for anything serious. And it's worked, you know what I mean? To the point where we're like, all right, yeah, me neither. Okay, let's go have some fun.
Sorry, we didn't mean to cut you off. And we said that like on our what episode was it that we were talking about?
Friends with benefits.
It was friends with benefits. Just being upfront like what it is that you want. Like if you want just the hookup, then say that, because she might be down.
Yeah.
You know, like, or if or whatever, like, but just be clear. Don't, oh, I'm gonna wine and dine this chick or whatever and expect her to give it up at the end of the day, and the girl's like not there.
Yeah, for sure. Like I've had, when I was on Bumble, I've had guys just reach out to me just for that, just for the hookup, and I was like, that's not where I'm at. You know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely know that they're on there. They're out there.
Yeah, I mean, they're out there, and same with the girls.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They'll sit there and that's exactly what they're out there for. They'll let you know, like, okay,
this is all I want.
Yeah. You know, and I was like, all right. And then that's maybe something you want, maybe you don't. So,
which is good. Just put it out there.
Communication.
Because then at least you know where the night is going to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like, do I got to be prepared for that? You know, I don't know.
Yeah. Remember, that's the foreplay up to.
Yeah.
But there's someone that'll be like, just come over.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'm just looking for this. You want to come over? I'm like, okay.
What's your address?
But that's so scary. Like, how do you do that, John?
That's what I hit Linus up. Like, dog, if I go
like last time he told me, like, somebody in town, you went to go stay, I think, like the weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He went to go stay in town with someone like for the weekend. I was like, what? Like, who
did you leave her a note?
A stranger? No, he told me afterwards. But I'm like, but he probably told his boy. But I was just like, how do you do that? Like, what if she has a basement? She kills people. Like, you don't know. I don't know.
She's
I would be like
over here.
Maybe because I listen to Crime Junkie.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Podcast or whatever. But I'm like, bro, people are crazy. Or what if she has a psycho boyfriend?
You never know.
Those are possibilities.
Yeah, you never know.
You just want to reel you in, and then they're gonna sell your liver on fucking somewhere.
Or you wake up with a missing kidney.
trying to get my fat for their BBLs.
Exactly. I not. Oh my gosh.
No, so I mean, yeah, you do run into that risk. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. But that's why I always get a feel for.
Do you share your location with people?
Yeah.